Hi y'all, this is Misty Perry and we're going to do rounding for this video. The first thing you need to do for rounding is find the place value. Now notice that to the right of the decimal you have ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions, 10 millions, 100 millions, billions. So every time you have this comma here, it's going to start over with 1. When you look to the right of the decimal, you need to remember to skip the 1 because there's no ones. It starts out at tenths, 100, 1, 10. It goes that way. Be very careful when you're doing rounding. If it has this THS on the end, you have to go with the decimals. With no THS, it's going to be to the left of the decimal. With a THS, it's going to be down on this end. So, for example, if I want to round to the thousandths, I have a 5 in the thousands digit, in the thousands place. So I'm going to look to the next digit, which is a 4. Now, here's where people get stuck on rounding up or staying the same. So pretend you are on this little island here and you don't have a boat, but you got to get back home. You're running out of food. You got to swim for it. So if I'm swimming along and I get really tired, if I am not to the halfway point, I'm going to come back to the island. The reason I say stays the same instead of round down is because some people think that you would round it down to the next number, but that would be like swimming past the island. You don't want past your island. You want to come back to the same island. Now, if you make it halfway, it's going to be the same amount going that way, so you're going to continue. So if you have less than 5, you're going to come back to the island because you won't make it. If you're to the 5 or greater, you're going to swim over to that island over there and get home because it's shorter going that way. So I'm looking here. The digit is a 4. So this means I did not make it to halfway. I'm going to come back to the 4. So that means the 5 is going to stay. Okay, I do not need to put the decimal and all of those. Once you're past the decimal, if they're all zeros, you just drop them. So with the hundreds, my hundreds place is a 4. So I need the 5 and the 4 here. I'm going to look one place value to the right. So that's this one. Okay, it's a 9, so we're past the halfway mark. We're going to round the 4 up to the next number. So on this one, on the thousands, we look to the 4. We had to go back to the island, so this one stayed the same. When we did the hundreds, we looked to the right. It was a 9, so we're continuing up. So we changed that to a 5. Now over here on the tenths, I'm looking for this THS here. It tells me I am after the decimal over here. So in my tenths place, I have a 6. I'm going to look to the right of it. I have a 3. This is not past the halfway mark, so it is going to stay the same. But I still need all the numbers in front of the 3, or in front of the 6. So I'm going to copy all of these down. I'm going to look at my tenths place. It stays because of the 3. And since it's after the decimal, you're going to drop off the zeros. So my hundredths place is the 3. I want to round, so I have to look to the neighbor here. That's a 7. We're past the halfway point, so we're going to go up. So I'm going to write down everything up to the hundredths place because it has to stay. My hundredths place is going to go up because of the 7. And I'm going to drop everything else off because it is after the 0. After the decimal, sorry. So that's it on rounding. Let me know if you have questions. See you next time.